Hi there, Andrew Lessman here with a sneak peek at our Today Specials. Emphasis on plural, Today Specials. This time of year, typically it's our unique multivitamin, Essential One, very unique multivitamin. But we'll also have our cranberry extract and our cinnamon extract, two interesting products that have their own set of benefits as well. So I'll speak about all three of them, and I'll try not to do it too rapidly. But let's start with our Essential One multivitamin, which it's almost an insult to call it a multivitamin because most of us perceive a multivitamin as something that's going to deliver just trace amounts of all the different vitamins, trace amounts of minerals, kind of like a low potency, minimum daily requirement insurance policy. That does not apply to our Essential One. Also, typical multivitamins, not only are they low potency, but they use the really inexpensive, not high quality forms of nutrients. That doesn't apply to Essential One. We use the finest forms of each nutrient. We'll talk about our B12 in a moment because that's something that really requires special attention. Also, typical multivitamin is a large, hard to swallow tablet, usually a pretty color, but that's only because you're swallowing artificial colors. So again, our Essential One contains no manufacturing additives at all. The only thing in the product that we make when we create this product, and we manufactured ourselves, the vitamins, the minerals, the carotenoids you want. Most vitamins are not made by the company selling them. They're made by contract manufacturers. We manufacture the product for you. We control each step, and we do it in a fashion unlike any other company because it's 100% pure. So you won't find the quality of ingredients, the purity of ingredients, the level of ingredients in this small, easy to swallow capsule as you will in any other product. And it will never upset your stomach. But specifically, if we just let's look at vitamin D and B12. Those are the two vitamins that tend to be the most deficient and insufficient in the American population. We deliver 2,000 IU of vitamin D3. That's pretty much a separate, not pretty much, that is a separate vitamin D product. You could find thousands of vitamin D 1,000 IU products on the market, separate vitamin D products. This is 2,000 IU, and it's in our daily multivitamin, multimineral. So you get separate potency of vitamin D. That alone would probably cost half the price of this product if you're just getting the vitamin D. Then our B12, and that really is what distinguishes and differentiates this formula from other formulas. Our B12, unlike typical oral B12, it actually can be absorbed, it can be used, and it can benefit you. The typical B12 in a vitamin supplement, probably 99% of the products on the market, is something called cyanocobalamin. Cyanocobalamin, cyano sounds like the word cyanide, and cyanide, most of us know, is a poison. So certainly there's trace amounts of cyanide in our food supply, but I really wouldn't choose to add trace amounts of it to my multivitamin. Plus, cyanocobalamin is not the natural form of B12. Methylcobalamin is the natural form of B12. Guess which one we use? Obviously, methylcobalamin. But we also protect that methylcobalamin so it could deliver its benefits. The reason why B12 is typically delivered by an injection, usually an intramuscular injection that you get back there, in that region. The reason why they deliver it by injection is because it normally doesn't survive the acid in your stomach to be absorbed subsequently. So it's not suitable for delivery orally. However, if you deliver the right form in the right fashion with the right product, it can be absorbed orally very, very effectively. That is exactly what we do. So just by thinking or talking about the vitamin D3 at 2,000 IU and the vitamin B12, which is probably our 250 micrograms, probably more than 100 times more potent than the typical product you're going to see multivitamin, that's worth the investment in this product alone, without even considering the lutein, lycopene, and zeaxanthin, which is completely ignored by the typical multivitamins on the market. And those are the three most expensive ingredients in this product, or in any product in most cases. So there's no multivitamin, multimineral product like this on the market if you look at its quality, if you look at its purity, if you look at its efficacy, and if you look at how easy it will be to swallow, how easy it will be to use, and it will never, ever upset your stomach, even if you have a sensitive stomach. So our Essential One is truly unlike any multivitamin, multimineral product you'll find on the market. And today, more than any other day, it's an exceptional value. It's always an exceptional value if you consider what's in it. But if you look at the product today and the pricing and the savings today, it's better than ever. So I hope you choose to take advantage of it. It's the ultimate, it's more than a foundational multivitamin, which all the clinical studies and science talks about how important a multivitamin is, because what defines a healthy diet? Nutrients. And what are the most important nutrients? Vitamins, minerals, carotenoids. So a multivitamin, multimineral is really foundational to a healthy diet. But we go beyond just being a basic minimum daily requirement foundation. We pay attention to those key nutrients, and we give you separate levels of those key nutrients. So again, it's unlike any other multivitamin you'll find anywhere. It eliminates all the typical products found with the typical multivitamins, and it delivers benefits you'd never dream of from a typical multivitamin, and ingredients you'll never find in a typical multivitamin. And of course, like everything we manufacture, it's made entirely using solar energy, so it has absolutely no carbon footprint whatsoever, no energy-related pollution generated in its production. So it is truly a one-of-a-kind multivitamin, and I hope you choose to enjoy it. And then, of course, we have our 2 plant-based ingredients, 2 of our most popular plant-based ingredients. I'll start with our cinnamon extract, which in recent years has become incredibly popular because I think so many of us are focused on our blood sugar metabolism and our insulin metabolism. We might have challenges that relate to our aging or might relate to our body weight or body composition. But again, so many of us struggle, or even if we're not struggling, we at least pay attention to or focus on our blood sugar and our insulin metabolism. Cinnamon is Mother Nature's natural tool to help us, to help our doctors in our goal to do our very best when it comes to managing our blood sugar metabolism, our blood sugar level, and our insulin metabolism. It is not just cinnamon spice. It comes from the same source. If you open the bottle, you'll smell the cinnamon. If you open the capsule, you could taste the cinnamon. But this is an entirely different approach where it is specifically standardized for the protective compounds that support your blood sugar goals, your insulin metabolism goals. So it's very different from approaching it as a spice. In fact, a standardized extract like this costs many times more than cinnamon spice. I wish that cinnamon spice could do the trick, but unfortunately, the research on this ingredient requires it be a standardized extract of cinnamon bark, and that's exactly what we do here. And then last, but certainly not least, and of course our cinnamon bark extract, that is at our best pricing ever. It's a Today Special, best pricing of the year, best pricing ever. The same goes for our cranberry extract. And our cranberry, once again, I always refer to it as the poster child for sort of a traditional ingredient that made good, a traditional ingredient that finally got the scientific validation, the clinical validation that so many traditional ingredients have now succeeded in receiving, whether we're talking about turmeric, and turmeric certainly, and its curcuminoids. Turmeric is a spice that's been used in Asia for thousands of years, or even berberine, barberry extract, which will be our monthly special this month, which also benefits us in terms of our blood sugar level and our insulin metabolism, as I just got done talking about our cinnamon extract. But when it comes to cranberry, I don't have to tell you what cranberry's natural protective role is, because I'm sure you might have heard it from friends or read about it, or doctors, urologists. It is the ingredient that is known for its protective benefits for our urinary tract, our bladder, our kidneys, and it really is an ingredient that the centuries of traditional use have now been validated by decades of clinical study and clinical validation. And best of all, whether you're talking about My Essential One, or the cinnamon bark extract, or the cranberry, I think these are all products that are rated at least 4.7 stars, which to be 4.7 stars, I think we need to be about 97% positive reviews. We need to be close to 90% 5-star reviews. So these are products that without exception are exceptionally well reviewed. So it's a product that, beyond what I'm speaking to in terms of what the product is and what you can expect, I think the reviews speak even more clearly in terms of what their use can deliver to you. So our cranberry, it's something that we've all known about the role that cranberry juice or cranberries themselves can play in supporting our bladder, our urinary tract. And it just creates a friendlier environment for the microbiome, the probiotic organisms we want to have there, and an unfriendly environment to the unfriendly organisms that we don't want to have there. So our cranberry extract is something that we've evolved and improved this product over the decades we've offered it, and we've offered it for more than 3 decades. And now it's the best ever, the best reviewed ever. So it's a great opportunity to give your body what it needs. And that's what I often say, that Mother Nature gives us incredible tools that can provide us with great opportunities if we listen to her, if we pay attention. And cranberry certainly is that ingredient. And if you read the reviews about it or our cinnamon bark extract or our Essential One, the reviews certainly validate that when you follow Mother Nature's blueprint carefully, we can experience wide-ranging benefits. So this is just a quick sneak peek of our 3 Today Specials of the day. We started doing this a few years ago because, frankly, if I wasn't doing the Today Special, I would be asleep at midnight myself. So for many of you, I would be included. The sneak peek is a great opportunity to see the products in advance, an opportunity to potentially purchase them, and certainly get them before they might run out later in the day, which generally is the case. So enjoy. I hope this was a useful little video, and I will see you later this evening. Take care.